Hi, and welcome to Marketing Live TV. Welcome to 2018, and this year we're going to talk, today we're going to talk about Google Adwords and how you can refine your campaigns to get to basically stop losing money. So this year we've got heaps to cover, heaps of more detailed insights. Taking a break over Christmas. If you had a good Christmas, great. Feel free to sing out and jump on and let us know if there's anything that you want to talk about. But this week, reducing your Google AdWords spend by reducing your AdWords initiated bounce rates. So bit technical, it's going to be a bit of a deep dive, but bear with us, it will be worth your money. So thanks for watching and stay tuned to find out more. Alright, so Google AdWords, reducing your bounce rate for Google AdWords campaigns. Now let's jump straight in and say if you are on any of the social channels, YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, feel free to add the thumbs up, give us a heart on Periscope, basically like us on social media because it helps, and make sure, my bad, put those up just in case you would like to know where we are. So Google AdWords bounce rate. So what is bounce rate? Bounce rate is when someone goes to your site and then has a quick look and then leaves after a short period of time. Basically, the reason for that, or what causes bounce rate, a high bounce rate, is when they get to your site and they don't find what they're after. So it's bounce rate basically is when they leave, don't perform any actions, and sometimes if your site's structured as a one-page site or anything like that, it happens, but generally bounce rate is a bad thing. So why is it important to consider your bounce rate? Well, bounce rate from your site basically means, and if you're spending money on Google AdWords, basically means you're paying money to get people there, and then they're not doing anything. They're not interested in what you're after. So there's a number of factors that generally affect bounce rate. Now, some of these are, related to your site, and we'll talk about those in a whole nother show. And things like your page load speed, your mobile experience, your clarity and ease of information, the visual appeal, how clean or cluttered your page is, all those sorts of things will affect your bounce rate. So let's jump in and have a look at Google AdWords, just so that we can alright, I'll get rid of those. Alright, so Google AdWords, here's the new Google AdWords user experience, and what you'll see, if I bring that up a bit closer, is this is basically one of the campaigns we set up in a previous show. We've let it run for a little bit, and it was very basic and very top level. It's been ticking along at a couple of dollars a day and just collecting traffic, which is great because now we have some insights as to how we can improve it. So bounce rate's a good starting indicator about what traffic you're sending to your site. So let's just have a look at some of the factors that, I'll bring this back up. All right, so looking at bounce rate, let's just look here. This campaign has been running at $2.50 a day. It was basically set up, it's had 142 clicks, basically a click-through rate of 4.18%, which is in general not too bad, not great, but average cost per click for 50 cents. Okay, so it's basically, it's there, it's doing its thing, but it's not really performing very well. So one of the things that you need to do when looking at your results is make sure that you've got connected AdWords and analytics accounts, because analytics will give you some insights that you won't find easily in AdWords. So let's just flick over to AdWords and have a look at that same campaign, but in just the generic view for AdWords. Now, all I've done here is I've gone, this is the Marketing Live TV account, just acquisition, what traffic that has come to the site, and then acquisition, and then AdWords and campaigns. Alright, so then as we can see here, we've got the same results that has 142 clicks, cost of $73 per total for the last 30 days. This results for the last 30 days. But what we see here is behavior. Number of pages, average pages per session, 1.26, so basically just over one people are seeing, so they're basically going to the page and not much further. But then 86% bounce rate, which is this one here. Oops, make that a little bit clearer. So that bounce rate is what I would consider relatively high. It is a relatively clear call to action page, which generally increases the bounce rate, but irrespective of that, let's just go with that it's quite high. So, okay, that inspires a couple of questions. Is there something wrong with the site, as we've mentioned before, or something wrong with the traffic that's going to the site? Now, you do need a bit of background and a bit of experience into knowing what to find, but let's assume that there's something wrong with the ad campaigns. So our page is beautiful, blah blah blah. We won't go there because it's not exactly beautiful, but it's there. But you think that there might be something wrong with the site. Now let's go back to our AdWords. So there's realistically a number of things there's two things that could go wrong with your AdWords campaign. It is so the things that could go wrong with your AdWords campaigns are your ads are not accurately describing what people expect when they get there. So your ads are not as relevant as, or they're saying something or enticing something that you can't deliver on the page, or that the search results, or people are finding your ad through incorrect search results. So let's just have a look at both of those quickly. So if we go here to our if we go to ad groups, and this is the ad group. Okay, so let's start with considering the traffic that is going to the site. So here, when we select our groups under keywords, sorry, I'll make this a bit clearer, under keywords, then up here under search terms, you'll see all of the terms that your campaign has been featured for, or all of the terms that people have searched for that has triggered your ad to show in the list of results. Now, why this is important is you need to know what context people are searching for and what people are and what traffic you're trying to get to your site. So if I just have a quick scroll through the top ones of these, and a good way to do it is search it, click to, whoops. So look at the impressions or clicks, and it'll tell you what they are. Sorry, zooming out a bit here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's get back into this. So let's just looking at the first couple. Now, if I look at the first couple, I see, so let's go back a step. This ad is designed to drive people, and it was designed around basically live streaming marketing events or live streaming events in general. So looking at the search terms that the ad has come up for, you can see that while live streaming and event live streaming is the keywords that are driving the campaign, things like ESPN live cricket streaming, news live, 3AW Melbourne listen live, Ashes live stream. Now there's a bit of a trend with some of these, is a lot of people are searching for news or sport, and they are then basically not finding what they're after. They're going to the site, clicking on it, oh, this is not what I'm after, leaving, and then actually trying to search for something that's relevant. Now, two things to remember here are that not only is it bad for you, it's for your budget because you're paying when people click on that, but it's also bad for your basically ad reputation or ad rank. Because the more people that bounce off the site, the more people that don't do anything, the less Google will display that ad. So what can you do about it? People are searching for the wrong things. You can add what are called negative keywords. Now there's a number of ways to add negative keywords. In this instance, we've added them as overall generic lists. Or you can add them specific campaign by campaign. If they're going to be something ongoing that you're going to use across every campaign, add it as a shared list. Now, quickly, how to do that. I will zoom in here. So, shared library, negative keywords. So, little spanner up the top. Go to shared library, negative keyword lists. So what we did is we have added in a sports negative keyword list and added in a whole heap of sport keywords. All right. So that's one way to reduce your bounce rate, by just removing all of the visitors and the clicks that basically are not interested in your product. So by filtering out sport and news and things like that, just being mindful and thinking a bit ahead that you need to not exclude everything. Sometimes people are going to fall into the bucket. So for example, didn't actually exclude the words news because you never know, we may want to run marketing news later on down the track. But in terms of sports and that sort of thing, you know, Australia versus England, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be, we may, who knows, but pretty sure we're not going to be using that in the short term, so especially in a paid campaign. So strip those out, and that should remove people who are searching for those keywords. They will then not get into our ads then won't display if they're searching for those, therefore we won't get penalized or we won't pay for them. Okay, so let's go back to just go back here. So if you are struggling with keeping up with this, feel free to sing out. I can always grab an expert to jump on and guide step by step through some of it if you like, or I can do it. Experts are probably more qualified and a bit more detailed, but let's go back and have a look at the other option, and that is your ads. So if your ads are not showing relevant information to what you get when you get to the page, then obviously they won't show, or you'll have a high bounce rate. If you're saying get free ice cream by visiting this site, and you get to the site and then it says you get free ice cream, but you have to buy $1,000 I don't know, trinket, then obviously, you know, people are going to go, well, yeah, I get free ice cream, but for $1,000 I'll just go to the shop. So they're going to leave. An extreme example, but let's just say that that's what you're doing. So here there is a couple of new ads there, and I'll bring those up, but what you will see is what Google has done is it's found that so Google's artificial intelligence, the AI, will, if you tell it that this is what you want it to do, it will present the best and most relevant ad depending on the search criteria and the profile of the person searching to that person. So as you can see, the ad here has shown 2,176 times compared to 1,219 times, and the ad is effectively the same, apart from just some small difference in text for the top ad versus the bottom ad. So as you can see, we've duplicated these ads here, and then created a fifth ad that is quite different. And the pure reason for that is to just test the actual results. So then as we keep refining this, we can get better and better and more learnings to make sure we have the right information that we need on the right ads. Sorry, multitasking, it's a male thing. Anyway, great. Well, I know it's been a lot of information, it's quite technical. Some things that you really need to consider if you're going down this path is you need your Google Analytics set up, you need your Google Console set up, your Google Search Console, you also need your Google AdWords campaigns, and you need those linked together. Connected accounts with Google will mean that the data flows between them. So make sure that you do that. If you need assistance, feel free to sing out on any of our channels, these ones below, and I will forward through to you some expert details. I can give you hints and tips. I can provide more detail on the show, or can pretty much help you out. So thanks for watching. If there's anything that you would like more information on, please feel free to sing out. But until next time, thanks and bye for now.